On the line now, the president and CEO of CAA Niagara. We have Peter Van Hezewyk. Let's begin with the travel agency business. I imagine when all of the restrictions were starting to be put into place, you still had some people who were traveling based on arrangements made with CAA travel agents.
Absolutely. We had about 1,500 members and their partners affected by COVID-19. And ultimately, we had about 650 of them whom we needed to assist in getting home. Quite a bit of work for our 30 travel professionals. It was a very stressful time for them and for the members who were I guess, stranded in some way. We ended up with just 8 folks who we could not support in helping to get home. So those individuals are safe in various countries around the world.
Moving forward, I imagine that a lot of people had to postpone plans, change plans. What was that process like as well?
That's keeping us busy actually to this day.
Are you finding that it may be challenging to convince people that travel will be safe in the next year until we know exactly what is going to happen as far as future restrictions?
Our general sense is that the travel industry is a very resilient industry, and we have many members and customers who are resilient themselves. So there are many folks who are booking into September, October, thinking that they want to get back at it as soon as they can. Others are a bit nervous and are taking refunds and hoping that they will be able to travel in the future, but they'll be a bit more cautious.
Your CAA Niagara branches are closed currently, but drivers are still out on the road. What kind of changes have you had to make with your roadside assistance?
Yeah, for our drivers, we wanted to ensure that they are safe and our members are safe. So we're obviously practicing social distancing protocols. We're also ensuring that they have appropriate security in place in terms of safety. So they have gloves. We do disinfectant the vehicles when they're out there. We're also not transporting members to their destination. We're asking them to find their own way to the destination so that we don't put either our members or our drivers in any concern in terms of their safety.
Peter, there's fewer cars on the roads these days. Has that meant that you've been able to reduce the number of drivers that you have out there as well?
Interestingly enough, Mike, we have 75% of our regular volume still taking place on a daily basis out in Niagara. So that it wasn't as it didn't drop as much as I would have expected. However, we're getting different types of calls from folks. Many battery-related calls for individuals who are at home. They don't start the car very frequently, and we're out there helping them not only to boost their cars, but also replace their batteries. So
you had plans to launch a mobile tire change service, which would have been timely in the spring as people were ready to remove their snow tires. You had to cancel that.
We've postponed it. We haven't canceled it. We expect that our members will still need this service. We had about 1,500 members in the last season take advantage of the service to have their tires changed from home. And we'll start that up as soon as we can. And we're considering how we do that in a contactless way, perhaps prior to the end of COVID-19. So we're keeping an eye on that to see how we do it for both, to make sure that we're safe for both our members and our drivers.
We focus quite a lot on those frontline workers these days and other people putting themselves out there, and your drivers are actually doing that. They're out there each and every day, each and every evening, putting themselves on the line. What can you say about your drivers right now?
Well, we call them roadside heroes for a reason, and they really are. 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, whether it's a snowstorm, whether it's the heat in the summer or the COVID-19 pandemic. They're out there servicing our members. They have a very good approach. Their attitude is very strong, and they are really, they drive so much of what we're all about at CAA Niagara.
Thank you very much for your time today, Peter. That's Peter Van Hezewyk from CAA Niagara. Thanks, Peter.